Hello, everyone. Welcome in on this Tuesday afternoon, live from Wrigley Field. 4 o'clock here, 2 o'clock in San Diego, the Bill House Studios, to be exact. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby. Gentlemen, how are you today?
You don't even sound like you're breathing hard, and I know that you were rushing because the bus was running a little late. And if I recall, there's no elevator up to the press box at Wrigley Field. So are you just in that good a shape that you could race up the ramp and then get your heart rate down that quickly?
To be fair, the bus wasn't late. It was bus times a day. There's an elevator. It just is a place that Mr. Dave Marcus doesn't trust. There's an elevator.
He doesn't trust the elevator.
It works very, very slow. And I think he uses it. I'm not sure. I think that was Shea Stadium. That was one of the issues for him back in the day. But yes, I got here. I'm not out of breath, thankfully. Hopefully no one else is either. Padres lose a tough one last night. Not extra innings. They lose on the bottom of the ninth. Walk-off fashion. Seiya Suzuki with the did they officially rule that a double, or did they give that a single last night? It was a single. Yeah, so walk-off single in last night's game. Padres, ton of opportunity. 11 hits. Only were able to garner 2 runs on the night. 2 of 11 runners in scoring position. So, on one end, it's like, we gotta cash. We got to do more than score 1 run in each of those innings that we scored. But there is a part of me is like, well, we got 11 hits, which is it's been a while since we had 11 hits. We don't do that very often, and so I'm trying to take some positive out of it yesterday, but it's hard not to lock in on the fact that they had some missed opportunities. And listen, the Cubs did too. Cubs had as many guys left on base, but ultimately no one cares as long as you get the W at the end. They got the W, Padres did, and here we are having this conversation the next day.
Well, I'm going to blame, I guess it's MLB or whoever controls the telecasts. Okay.
Oh, MLB?
MLB? Because Don and Mudd are doing the game, and so they got their own broadcast, but it's the MLB. MLB now owns this.
They produce it.
Or ESPN, whoever does it. When the Cubs came to bat on the bottom of the ninth, they ran it right across the bottom of the screen, and it said, I quote, "The Padres are the only team in Major League Baseball that have not lost a game and walk off all year."
Oh, no.
I'm like, what are you putting that up there for? It's like, come on.
I mean, that's
the all-time jinx. And, of course, the Cubs, get the win and walk off. And they've won 10 games.
They couldn't just get the win. They had to get it in the exact
They had to do
fashion.
it right in the inning that they put it on the screen. And so, that was part of it. The Cubs have more walk-off wins than anybody. I think that's their 10th. And now the Padres have their first walk-off loss. So, look, I think you hit it, Tony. Obviously, the hitting, you've got to score more than that when you get that many opportunities. But again, to me, this game underscores what I think we've come to realize, or should have come to realize about this team, at least at this point of the season until something changes. The tiniest little mistakes, honestly, are very difficult for this team to overcome. And that's, to me, they lost the game because of a bunch of little things that each one on their own didn't seem like a big deal. But I guess if you add them all up, it contributed to them losing. And, go back to some base running. I think for Mean, there's no reason in the world on a bouncing ball to shortstop right in front of you that you try to take third base there. He gets thrown out. I know a run scored, so everybody was kind of happy. But when the next guy gets a hit and you don't score a run that inning, that's a run. Samad Taylor, I'm going to give him a pass. My goodness, his first time in Wrigley, the wind's blowing like crazy. Unfortunately, kind of misjudged that one fly ball. He agreed that he had misjudged it a little bit, so that cost him a run. There's a couple little things. Manny, probably picks up that ground ball in the 9th inning 9 out of 10 times. But this was the one he didn't. It's not an error. Would have been a really good play. But it's one he's made him, so many times, and that changes the complexion of the inning. The point being, they don't hit a lot, right? They don't score a lot of runs. So every little mistake like that, Tony, I think is magnified, unfortunately. And it is going to be, for the foreseeable future.
Chris, you hit it on the head, man. I think that is really we haven't described it that way, I don't think, all year, and that is that they have very small margin for error.
Yeah.
And when they make it more often than not, we end up on the wrong side of those deals. And it, yeah, I think that's really how you couch it. I mean, certainly got a better start from
Griffin
Canning yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yesterday,
he had to walk the first hitter just to get me nervous, but he bounced back from that a little bit.
How about the first inning challenge that seemed to kind of get him back on the right path? He challenges the pitch to Bush. It turns into a strikeout, and from that point on, he really was rolling and had a pretty good groove. But Padres, they shot themselves in the foot from the standpoint of a lot of opportunity to have a big inning, didn't do it. Then you mentioned all the little things, running the third. We talked about it on the radio here, me and Jesse, and very next guy gets a knock, and that should be at least a challenge for a run. There was just no opportunity, and so when you lose a game by one run, all those things magnified.
For sure. No doubt. I think you can second guess it. And so I will, because, it's part of what we do. Craig Stammen tried to get another inning out of Jason Adam. I didn't blame him because if you go to Mason Miller to start the 9th inning, I'm just saying this, if they go to Mason Miller and he pitches a clean 9th inning, you still have to score in extra innings. And then somebody, most likely not Mason Miller, has to get 3 outs with a ghost runner at second base in the bottom of the 10th. And you just didn't have Wandy available. I mean, he's been pitching almost every game. There weren't really many guys left behind Mason Miller. So I get why he wanted to see if Adam can just get me through this 9th, I'll be great. Then I can win the game with Mason in the bottom of the 10th. It didn't work. So, I think some people are going to be critical of that and say, well, Jason Adam hasn't gone 2 innings, and what are you doing? Well, again, Manny picks up the ground ball. It's probably a whole different inning, but it didn't work out that way. So I'm second guessing it because I know a lot of other people are, but I understand why Craig Stammen did that.
It's not just that they're in the middle of 17 straight. They don't have off days, and there ain't nobody in the pitching staff right now that's resetting the bullpen at this point. So he had to do what he had to do. Tried to squeeze as much as he could out of Jason. And listen, you do that knowing that you have probably the one guy in the league that consistently gets empty outs, whether it's a punch out or like a weak fly ball or pop up. Mason Miller generally does that. But, I give the Cubs credit, man. They looked like they were hunting slider because they couldn't catch the smoke, and they got enough sliders to put enough good swings on, and that's how they end up walking that bad boy off.
Yeah, I think the one that people are going to forget is Bregman getting the hit there to load the bases. The first batter that Miller faced, I mean, they weren't in dire straits until that happened. Really, excited for Jace Bone to make a throw like that under those circumstances. And I don't know that everybody saw it on the replay, but Dansby Swanson, who was trying to score the winning run from third, tagging up there, borrowed a page from Manny Machado's book. He ran inside the baseline on purpose, knowing that the throw might be there. And if it hits him, then the game's over. But Jace Bowen was able to get the throw not only on a perfect bounce to Fermin, but he got it around where Dansby Swanson was trying to, interfere with it a little bit. So what a great play he made. And I felt so bad for him. The wind really made a factor on 2 plays and Vi felt all night. The one that Taylor misjudged a little bit, the one that blew away from Jackson Merrill, but he made an incredible save to catch that. And then unfortunately the last fly ball, because that's probably a can of corn. But it carried into the ivy, and that's just almost impossible. And I wish Jace Bowen, for him, he would have caught it because I know he felt terrible. Feels like he let everybody down, but
he also
it was almost an impossible show.
Right
impossible
before that.
Play.
So
that's what I just said. I
know,
don't know if you listened.
No, I did. I was listening. I was just
anything.
reinforcing the fact that
I see.
because
Okay.
I see people, why is he out here? This is why he shouldn't be out there. It's like,
people-
calm down,
people. People really said that?
Not many, but there's always those people that are like, oh, this is why they lost the game because he couldn't catch that ball.
Well, we have dumb people that follow the team. So, what can I tell you?
Tony, what did you see with the Jackson Merrill thing? Did he just lose it in the lights or?
Yeah, he lost it. He lost it like PCA did the other day. You know what I'm saying? The difference was this ball was hit softer where he could find it, basically. It was really this luck that it came out of a spot where he was like, oh, it's right here. And he just had the wherewithal to dive. I think Toddy saw it, which is why he came all the way across.
Right.
But at that point, once Jackson is oh, there it is, he kind of has to back off at that point.
By the way, did anyone else other than me, I had to rewind and watch it again. But when Jackson Merrill found the ball and stuck his glove out and the ball went into his glove, as the ball was going into his glove, he was in the middle of blowing a huge bubble.
I've
his
seen them.
gum.
Yes, I've seen them doing this. Manny does it all the time.
Unbelievable.
I think it's just
I don't
second
think they-
nature for baseball.
It is.
guys.
They don't know
yeah.
that-
I mean, the ball,
They don't know they're doing it.
I
Yeah.
know, right? I mean, this is just so crazy that you could be in a moment of concentration that intense, and then a bit of panic thrown in because you lost the ball,
Right.
and here comes a bubble. Like what? Just to complicate things even more. But yeah, it was a great play. It almost ended up winning them the ball game, but. Alas, the Cubs get it, and we'll see what we can do about tonight and get back JP Sears. We got our go-to guy.
There we go.
We go to JP Sears again.
Andy is asking real quick, what's the Wind doing today, Tony?
It don't look any better. But listen, it didn't have that much of a factor.
It didn't
yesterday.
at all.
Right, so,
There wasn't a single home
let's
run in
just
this
hope-
game.
Let's hope we can get the same type of game because it'll be chaotic if the ball is just jumping out of here. I mean, batting practice was ridiculous. There's balls I didn't know a ball could actually go into that.
I feel like we
area
missed
there.
out on
So-
something cool last night.
I wish you guys could have been around the salad days of Dave Kingman when he was hitting them out of Wrigley Field, and they were bouncing not just onto Waveland Avenue, but bouncing down the streets away from Waveland Avenue. He used to hit them so far, but they didn't. The home run ball did not come into play, but you can't say the wind didn't come into play because that last ball kind of blew into the ivy, and that was the ball game. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get to break. When we return, NBA trying to take center stage, and Aztec is on the move. We'll talk about it on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Hi, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Happy to be with you. Happy to have you with us on a Tuesday. Tony's in Chicago, where the Padres and Cubs will go after it again tonight. Battle of left-handers. Matthew Boyd, who's been hurt most of the year. If I recall, he started game one of the playoff last year against the Padres. I think he did. And J.P. Sears, who definitely did not start game one of the playoff last year for the Padres, will be on the mound for the Padres this evening. We'll get underway at 5:05 after Sam Levitt's pregame show.
You know, one of the benefits of being on YouTube is that Tony is, go to the screen, Tony is showing us Wrigley Field. So it's almost like a live webcam onto Wrigley Field right now.
That is making me
beautiful.
really, really kind of jealous,
Me too.
honestly. Yeah,
Me too.
That's the only thing I have to say. And plus, I also happen to know that somewhere in that stadium tonight will be Ben and Woods and a bunch of their listeners
And
who
Paul.
won the trip
Yes.
to Wrigley Field. Does that mean they have to come up and bother you, Tony, or are you in the clear on that?
No, they came up and bothered us.
Oh, they already
yesterday. So we're good.
Good.
They
I'm
already
glad.
came up, bothered you guys. Well, yeah,
No,
congrats
they
to all
came
those
up
winners.
yesterday.
Yeah, so
I
all
didn't get to
those
see the winners. I only got to see Ben,
okay.
Woods, and Paulie. So
got it. All right. Well, so they're all there. And so anyway, we'll see how it goes here with game two. A couple of quick notes before we get to this NBA stuff, because there's a lot of big news today. France and Sweden are in the World Cup match here. Shocking score. There is no score.
0-0?
Yeah, 0-0, 20 minutes in.
Did you need to say shocking?
I did, just because I'm mean. I did watch the penalty kicks last night, and Morocco and Netherlands, and it was pretty good. I thought it was good, man. The goalies made some good saves, and I think only 5 of the 10 shots were made. So it was a pretty exciting shootout. Later tonight, by the way, good luck to our friends south of the border. Mexico plays Ecuador in their first play-in game. Tomorrow, USA will take on Bosnia and Herzegovina. One other quick note that people I think are interested in, Serena Williams made her return to Wimbledon today. And alas, she came up short in a 3-set loss to Australia's Maya Joint. And it was Serena winning the second set in a exciting tiebreaker to force the third set, but the 43-year-old Serena Williams fell short 6-3 in the finale there.
she looked rusty. She looked like she hadn't played in competitive tennis in a little bit.
Well, she hadn't, right? So there's your answer. All right, big news really in the NBA. I think, two big stories stand out. One is that Kawhi Leonard is on the move again. The former Aztec is heading back north of the border, where, from what I understand, he kind of wanted to go. Like, he had told the Clippers, if you're not going to sign and re-up with me, Toronto's kind of where I want to go back to. So he's there again. So far, he's pretty good in Toronto. He's been there one season and won one NBA title. The Clippers get Brandon Ingram, who I believe started with the Lakers.
Yep.
And went down to New Orleans in the original, was it the Anthony Davis trade? And so he ends up, then he went to Toronto somehow, and now he's a Clipper, and the Clippers get a whole bunch of draft choices thrown in there. So I get some thoughts on that. I don't know. Why are we moving on from Kawhi if you're the Clippers? Are we unhappy, or is it money, or what?
I think it's ran its course. I think he wanted, I think he's coming up on an extension here.
Okay.
I'm betting that Toronto's willing to give it to him. And it sounds like he enjoyed even though it was for 1 year, he enjoyed his experience in Toronto.
Yeah.
Because Toronto is not a sure shot, like, trip to the finals or anything right now. And so you have to think that he actually kind of enjoyed it there. I think for the Clippers, that relationship kind of ran its course. You got, I don't know what the farthest they got. Maybe the conference semis might have been the farthest the Clippers got in that tenure.
Yeah, they're still the Clippers, no matter who you put on the roster.
And so, I think this is a chance for the Clippers to maybe not necessarily rebuild, but kind of start to reset a little bit.
I agree. So that's pretty big news. And just one last thing on Kawhi Leonard. I think we should actually, make sense to us, right? Kawhi Leonard really kind of enjoys life out of the limelight.
Yep.
Toronto's about as out of the limelight as you can get in the NBA. So I think that's probably why he liked it so much. Now, on the other side, when you talk about the brightest of lights, you're talking LeBron James. And I must say, I was surprised to see this story. He made it pretty official today that he is not coming back to the Lakers. He informed the Lakers that they can move on without him. He will play elsewhere. This has everybody thinking that the Warriors are kind of now for sure the team that will try to get him. Free agency, actually, the window officially opens, I believe, in 35 minutes. So who knows if we'd find out something today. But LeBron is moving on. I didn't expect this, the fact he's got his son there, the fact that, I don't know, the Lakers, I think, are certainly a contender with Luka and, Reeves and what they've got. But I guess he wants one more different challenge, or who knows where he'll end up, Tony. I guess I could derisively say that, LeBron will sit and wait to see what the best team is, and then he'll try to glom on to them. But that's just what the LeBron naysayers like Scraby would be thinking. So
hold on. How did I get involved?
Well, I'm just speaking for you.
It sounds like you don't like LeBron. You just like blaming me for it.
Absolutely. Well, I just know that there are going to be people.
We know your algorithm doesn't like LeBron
your algorithm
James.
is much worse than my algorithm. You're the one who gets the flopping videos, which means that you are searching for LeBron hate.
You know what?
That's exactly what it means.
I don't search for the hate, but it does come my way, and I do watch it. And now,
see, it knows. It knows.
You're right. Now that I've been watching it, I get all the LeBron stuff.
Instagram
so you're right.
can literally see it can see how long you're watching a video before you move on.
Yeah, I totally understand.
It's like, man, this guy consumes 95% of LeBron hate material.
I know. No matter how much I go on Instagram, I can't find anything positive about you because I only look for the negative stuff, and it keeps coming my way.
I think, in my opinion, I think LeBron's tenure was a good one. It wasn't. I don't think he's gonna be revered as one of the great Lakers like he may want from the most of the Laker base, but he did get him a title in the process while he was here. Got him a couple deep runs that didn't end up going their way, and you know what? In some as sad as I am to see LeBron go, because I actually wanted to see him finish as a Laker. It's not necessarily the worst place for the Lakers to be in. They already have Luka. They got Austin. They need to get a not only a big, but a big that can specialize on the defensive end. I hear they're in on one of the bigs from Detroit, Duran, I believe is a restricted free agent.
Yes,
they're gonna need something along those lines. And now they got some money that they can actually to use to go out and kind of fill this roster out in a way that can be helpful to those two guys, because those are the two scorers right now. I saw Ayton picked up his option, and so he played well down the back end of the stretch. I saw enough improvement to where I could see him coming back, especially at the price he's coming back. So I'm sad, but I'm also kind of excited because what I do know is that the Dodger folks now own this team, and they're pretty cutthroat when it comes to I remember how long Dave Roberts was on the chopping block before they won a championship. I think this is kind of like Rob Pelinka's like check time. Like, hey, we're gonna see what you're gonna do here. You got some money to spend. You messed this up. It might be a he gone situation.
They apparently, according to the stories, have $52 million in salary cap space now, which in the NBA, I think is good for one player. I don't know. These guys make a lot of money, but the best thing they could get is somebody that can protect the rim, right? So that Luka and Reeves can, have guys drive past them, because that's kind of what's going to happen. So you need a rim protector, and I know Ayton is. Again, I just go back to what his own coach said about him in the playoffs, and it might have just been a moment of frustration. But when I heard JJ Redick tell his assistants, "Man, we can't win with this guy," during the games, that didn't seem to bode well. So
JJ definitely coaches with a lot of emotion.
Yeah, so maybe that was just over emotion, but somebody to protect the rim. I mean, that makes everybody a better defender. in front of them, and that's what the Lakers, I think, need. And they can get plenty of other guys to surround Luka and surround Reeves because they've got the money to spend.
52 million gets you,
Yeah.
You're not necessarily looking for a player of LeBron James caliber, like in that realm, but you can get a whole lot underneath that because this is a league of, the top 2% getting the big money, and then everybody else kind of pinched. You need to find your level in there somewhere. They got money, so it's good. Lakers don't usually have money.
And I believe, sorry, Scrappy, but I believe that the Lakers have their closer, to win games. And I think that's what separates teams, because everybody's got good players for the first 43 minutes. The winning teams are the one with the last 5 minutes, the guy takes over the game.
Yep.
And that's 100%. Jalen Brunson. Right, and that's SGA.
And look,
that's these guys. These are why they win the championship. And the Lakers have a guy in Luka to do it.
Listen, and not so much SGA, because SGA can play defense, but my man for the Knicks is not a defender at all, and yet they surrounded him with the type of players that they can go out and still win at a high level, and so it can be done. It could definitely be done.
Totally agree. Yes.
Brandon said something that I was thinking about the Kawhi thing. What do you think that it's anything to do with the payroll circumvention thing that's happening with the Clippers and Kawhi? Like, honestly,
no. because why would this be a pivot from that? Like, what does he get?
We need to distance ourselves from this, and so we're going to trade him all the way across the country. I'm not saying that I believe.
They can't really distance themselves from it. I mean, it's already looked at it. Like, it's already being
that's
investigated.
True. That's
like
true.
That's not going away. So, I don't think so. To answer the question, I don't think so. I think he knew they didn't want to re-up, and he was like, "Hey, do me the solid, send me back to Toronto."
Yeah, send me away from all of the chaos. So Kawhi is back where he enjoys being. All right, those are the big NBA stories. They are big. We gave you the Padres stuff. Much more still ahead. I believe a Padre Pen Pals is in our future.
Yep.
Daily Gambit, Big Five, all the rest of it. Getting ready for tonight's game. Chris, Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Scraby, and 97.3 The Fan. All right, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Tony's checked out for a little bit. Try to get him back on there a little later. Of course, we got a Padre Cub game that he's getting ready for. Sam Levitt will have the pregame show at 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, Chris and Scraby here from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. I got two things I got to get to. You want my apology, or you want what just happened in the soccer match that was really cool? What do you want first?
I want apology.
You want to go apology first?
Yes, because then we'll have people hanging on for the it's worth
for the good
cool thing. The cool thing is worth
Here's
it.
the apology. If you are a fan of Michael Beasley, the former lazy bum draft choice out of Kansas State that played in the NBA, my deepest apologies to you and to Michael Beasley. Yesterday, we talked about this whole gambling story with the NBA and these guys that are fixing games, and there's guys being indicted and arrested. And at the heart of it was Michael Beasley, only it wasn't Michael Beasley. It was Malik Beasley.
Yes.
Another player totally different from Michael that played in the NBA. So one of those things where you look at the name, I guess, and you just see Michael Beasley, even though it didn't say that.
I just feel
so
bad.
It was it was a totally honest, mistake.
I just feel bad because I
apologize.
Jumped onto he was a bust.
Right.
Like
Yeah, we were all over
other
it. Yeah,
stuff.
no, we were. And then you texted me this today, and I was like, yikes, that was not great.
Because I kept thinking,
So-
Michael Beasley, I'm going to
Yeah.
go check this out again. And
Yeah.
then it came up as Malik.
Yeah, and then they were showing some highlights, and I saw stuff on Twitter, and I was like, I probably should have caught on because it didn't look like Michael Beasley, but I thought, well, they said it was Michael Beasley, so yeah, okay. So Malik Beasley and Ed Davis are the guys that have been indicted in the government's gambling investigation. So apologies to Michael Beasley. Doesn't change the fact that he's kind of a lazy waste of a draft choice.
You don't need to say that.
I know.
After apologizing
Yes,
to him,
I
you
know.
should
We've
have
already-
said he was a great player.
He was a wonderful guy, though. I'll tell you one thing. He'd
He'd give you the jersey off his
there
back.
you go. He would if you paid him.
Oh.
All right, so that's one thing, and that just is an honest mistake, and I feel bad. Other than nothing more I can
You
do.
feel
other
bad,
than
and then you trash him again.
trying to have some fun with it. Anyway, Malik Beasley.
Yes.
All right, now here's the thing in the soccer match. Don't get carried away out there. It wasn't a goal. We don't want to get too crazy, Scraby. Like a goal might have been scored. But in the France-Sweden match that is still in the first half, the ball got flicked into the box down at the Sweden end of the field. And I'm telling you what, this guy, and I'm looking up his name, and it's Michael, or since he's on the French team, maybe it's not pronounced Michael.
Michel?
It could be Olise, Olise. Now, if you're a soccer crazy, you know exactly how to pronounce it, but I'm giving you my best shot. He goes up with his back to the goal, and Scraby and I just about came out of our chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, a bicycle kick for the ages.
Twisting
bicycle kick over his left shoulder, but trying to kick it to the far post on the right side. And he beats the goalie, and it hits the post. And as Scraby said, and I thought it for a second, you were being a little crazy, but the more I think about it, you might not have been wrong. If they scored that goal, it's going to be up there for one of the great goals you've ever seen. Because it was already one of the great tries you've ever seen. It didn't make it. But
yes.
What a play that was. I don't know how he did it.
I don't know how he did it either. And the ball was going up, so he had to somehow kick the ball down.
I don't know
as
how
he was flipping through the air. It was amazing.
A bicycle kick, but over his shoulder, back behind him, no look shot. Hey, look, you impressed the hell out of us, and we're sitting over here. A million miles away. So
Wikipedia apparently says his name is Michael Olise.
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 Okay, yeah, what a shot by him. Too bad he didn't score it, because that would have been in the books for a long, long time. All right, Padres fell 3-2 last night to the Cubs. They've fallen out of the wild card spot for the moment. The Marlins have passed them. Yes,
I
remember the Marlins who they got to trade Alcantara. They got to why?
Yeah.
Why are they going to trade anybody? They got a chance, a really good chance to make the playoffs. And they've been, on a hot streak, so they passed the Padres. Padres are below them. Padres are, 4 games over 500?
Yeah.
Which is not great when you were 11 at the beginning of the season. It's been a long, long while since they played well. They've lost 3 in a row right now, and that has people writing to us and the Padres pen pals.
I don't think we got anybody that was too mean this week. I think we got some people that are kind of reserved to their fate, I guess.
Resigned, you mean?
Resigned to their fate.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it in just a second. All guests join us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Also, I would like to say baseball coverage on 97.3 The Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that. Let's go to the first one. It's short but sweet, Chris.
Okay.
I'm all for being patient, but am I alone thinking the Padres needed to make a trade like 3 weeks ago? They aren't giving me playoff vibes here.
Well, it wasn't really a question, but I kind of get
the question. Was,
yeah, right.
Should they have made a trade? Should
they have made a trade? I think yes. I would love to have seen them made a trade by now. But I don't know that one's out there yet to be made. And I'm not trying to protect anybody here. We've discussed this already, and it's really difficult to try to explain this to a lot of people. I think most of you get this. They follow the team so closely. And here's where I'm going with this. Samad Taylor has done
Mbappe
great.
Just scored.
And I wonder if it was Mbappe. It looks like he's celebrating.
It was.
So, yeah, France just got the goal. All right, so Samad Taylor, he's been great. So you're not going to take him out of the lineup.
No.
Ty France, first base. He's been really good. He's playing incredible defense along with hitting. Probably not going to take him out. Now, the catching position, obviously, if we could find a star catcher, but who's got one of those?
Like 3 or 4 teams.
Very few guys are catchers that you can count on to
absolutely
really hit. But, yes, I would say that would be good. But other than that, you could say, well, okay, we'll take second base. Fine. That's it. We'll just toss Jake away then. Because you're not sitting Bogarts, you're not sitting Manny, you're not sitting Merrill, and you're not sitting Tatis. So those 4 positions are taken. You got Ty France and Samad Taylor, which I don't think you want to change. So what are you going to trade for? That's number one. And number 2, you're going to say, well, get a starting pitcher. Okay, well, everybody wants one of these guys. I don't know what superstars out there unless it's Tariq Skubal. And again,
he's going to cost you
talk
an arm and a
mortgaging
leg.
everything. So anyway, I think the Padres are going to make some trade. They got to hang tough for another week or 2 here, but I know what you mean. I agree. And one last thing about trades. Just because you make a trade or 2 does not guarantee they're going to work, does not guarantee the team's automatically going to be better.
Yeah. We've seen this before.
I think we kind of feel that way as fans, though, right? Let's trade this guy. Let's trade that guy. Okay, now we got it.
In a perfect world, you drop this guy from this team on this team, and he continues doing what he's doing. But Adam Frazier taught me something.
Yeah, right.
He came over here from the Pirates with the best batting average in baseball, or at least the National League.
And the defending batting champion, the whole thing.
The whole thing. He came over to the Padres. He couldn't find cage time. He ended up.
They put him in left field.
They ended up.
It was a disaster.
He ended up falling off of the pace. He wasn't even close to being the hitter he was with the Padres. So it's not, like you said, it's not always a guarantee.
It's never a guarantee. So everybody wants to make a trade. I don't disagree with you. But understand that a trade doesn't exactly guarantee it's going to fix everything.
Brandon says Chris Paddock was DFA'd. I actually think the Rangers picked up Chris Paddock after he was DFA'd. I don't know that your 4th DFA is time to bring Chris Paddock back. I'm sorry.
You take a look at Chris's stats and you tell me you want him on this roster.
Teams don't DFA you 3 times in a year if you have something to give.
And they're giving him shot after opportunity after opportunity.
But, Brandon, for the memories, yeah, let's bring back in Chris Paddock. I'm with everything that you said, Chris, but I also think that them kind of staying afloat just above 3 games over 500 for like the last month and a half is telling the team that they don't have to act now because they're going to be hanging in there. But everything else you said, I totally agree with.
Yeah, but I also don't want to wait till they're 5 games back and then go,
True.
oh, now we need to do something.
Yeah, you can't do that. Okay. Been a long time listener of Padres pen pals, but never wanted to write in, but I thought I would give it a go. I will start with this. I am a Joe Musgrove fan. I think it's fate. He was the first pitcher to throw no hitter for the Padres, and it pains me to say I am not so sure how to feel anymore. I'm not trying to kick a guy while he's down, but in the offseason, it was pretty much locked in. Joe would be a part of the rotation. Now we don't even know if he will pitch again this year. Do you feel like Joe Musgrove going forward is a lost cause? I guess I'm up first on this one. I understand why you would think that. From what I've heard from around people is that Joe and the team really thought he was going to be ready to pitch. One thing I will say about Joe is that he is there all the time. And even if he's not able to pitch, he's doing what he can to help the team. But I can't say that he's going to be the same guy when he comes back from injury. It doesn't mean that I'm willing to give up on Joe Musgrove, nor do I think he is a lost cause. I think he still has something to give to this team. Chris.
October 2nd of 2024.
Not to mention he did that in the playoff game, and he tore his UCL pitching and went in there with a torn UCL, all of that.
October 2nd, 2024 is the day that happened.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. It is a year and a half and counting. Joe Musgrove has earned, has not been given, has earned, I think in my mind and almost everyone else's mind, unless you're just a flat out hater, I think he's earned everybody's respect in this organization. And I think he's earned everybody's, hang with him. It's Joe Musgrove, man. He's a gamer. He would never just sit out arbitrarily on this organization.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in any of that.
I don't either.
At the same time, almost everything that person wrote, I've been thinking the same thing. I mean, it's like, what do we have to do? Like, what has to happen? I mean, are we seriously going to sit him out is he going to need 2 full years? Because it's coming up on 2 full years if he doesn't pitch this year.
Yeah.
And I heard the other day that, hoping Pivetta and Musgrove come back, but Pivetta is ahead of Musgrove. I'm like, what? Pivetta didn't he just have the surgery?
He never got the surgery.
Okay, but he had the injury then 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Musgrove got the injury, we're talking, 18, 19 months ago? So, the frustration level is up to here with Joe Musgrove. It just is.
I don't know the full details of this, but I guess on a Joe Musgrove Instagram post, someone compared him to Anthony Rendon, which I think is completely unfair. And you're an idiot for writing that. I think comparing him to Anthony Rendon is a pretty dumb thing to say because they're not even in the same atmosphere. But I guess we have to wait until the end of the year, Chris. What if he comes back in August? We don't know that he's not going to come back in August. What if he comes back in September? He pitches down the stretch. He helps the team. I guess we got to be patient till the end of the year.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. He's not ready. Again, there's a doctor somewhere that's telling him you're not pitching. You can play some catch. He has good days. He had bad days. That's what I read. Some days the arm feels a little loose. Some days it doesn't.
I've read that too.
I wonder, how many, would you wait next year too? 3 years? Like how many years?
No, I mean,
I'm just saying.
I think I got to go into this offseason if he doesn't pitch this year with another plan. And if he is able to come back and pitch and he's able to be good, then that's a benefit.
No matter what happens with Joe Musgrove, he's always going to be loved by me and us and everyone in this organization for what he's done and contributed.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't change the fact that there isn't a ton of frustration in the fan base. Understandably so, because we're not there with him every day. We have to trust, and we do, that he's doing everything he can. But he's not back yet, and he's not back anytime soon. That is frustrating. It's fair. It's a fair emotion to have.
It's fair. By the way, I guess Chris Paddock was signed by the Rangers yesterday. He got DFA'd again today, so he's back available.
Okay, well, there you go.
Last one. This station, this is the angry one. This station refuses to say one thing very apparent to me and many other fans. Manny Machado is closer to being washed than he is to being a star player, and the money they're paying him is going to end up costing this franchise the chance at a real championship. Just tell us the truth and tell us that Manny is no longer a star player. Say he is a waste of money. I don't think I can listen to your station any longer if you can't shoot it straight with us fans.
Is there a name on that?
No.
Whoever wrote that, I wish you the best. You're going to have to go listen to something else.
Go find something else to listen to.
Manny's OPS is up 80 points in the last 3 weeks. Signs that he's putting it back together. Still elite defensively. And finally, the Padres would just understand this, no matter how much you want to dislike him for the poor season he's having. Understand that the Padres organization would be nowhere close to where it is right now had he not chosen to come here. And the only way he would choose to come here is if you gave a contract to what he's getting. Otherwise, somebody else would have. That is the price of doing business in the game of baseball. The price is to overpay for superstars, and the only way you can afford it on a yearly basis is to extend it out for years and years and years. This happens with every team, not just the Padres. And every team has to eat money at the end of contracts because superstars demand those kind of contracts. This is the price of playing baseball at a high level. This is not a Padre thing. Understand that?
Well said.
Now go ahead and be mad, because I probably couldn't change your mind. And so go listen to something else.
I'm sure there's a pro Manny hate podcast out there you can find somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody out there will tell you that he's washed.
Every group.
here shortly. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Also, our final hour of the show today, Scrape, because Padre Bay, I'm dropping Trevor Hoffman on his head here. I hope he's okay.
He's a Hall of Famer.
But you know what? The bobblehead bounced back. You will see the bobblehead I'm talking about in just a moment. All right, in this hour, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to the Padres Diamondback game on July 8th. That's next Wednesday. At that game, the first 40,000 people will get one of these. Trevor Hoffman bobblehead. Get tickets at Padres.com/tickets. I want to commend the Padres and at the same time diss the Rangers. Okay. When we were in Texas.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, I was there. Friday night game. Just so happened it was Jacob deGrom bobblehead night, which I thought, okay. A little bonus, I'm going to the game and I'll pick myself up a Jacob deGrom bobblehead. They were only available to the first 10,000 people. At a 50,000 seat game, you're going to only give 1 out of every 5 people get a bobblehead? I thought that was ridiculous and incredibly cheap and chintzy on the part of the Rangers. Am I wrong?
I think most teams don't do as many as the Padres, from what I understand, because they want people to come to the game for the collector's item. They want people to be in the stadium so that they are there to start the game, type of thing.
Okay, but if you're only going to give away 10,000,
yeah, you got to be there early and you got to buy a ticket.
Yeah, 90% chance you're not getting one. So why even bother coming? Unless you really have the time to come, like you just said, 2 or 3 hours before the game.
People do.
But okay, some people do, but can't.
Have you ever seen the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead giveaways that the Dodgers do? They do like 10,000, and there are lines of 20,000 people waiting for this thing. Even if they're not going to get it, they're just hoping to get it.
Fine. All right, then let's not diss the Rangers for giving only 10,000, even though I think they're cheap. Let's then praise the Padres, who give 40,000 of them. How's that?
I like it.
Is that better?
I like it. We took a negative and we made a positive.
The Padres, for every one of these I've read, right, and tons of the
40,000
bobbleheads and everything, it's always 40,000, which means almost, unless you're late to the game, you'll get one.
Well,
all right, but you know what I mean.
As long as people aren't stealing them,
well,
like we know that they do.
Look, man,
that's another reason, Chris. You wouldn't have guys carrying around like 10 bags full of them.
Let me just explain something. The fact that the Padres give away 40,000 and there's people who somehow hoard them is not the Padres' fault.
Not. You're right.
All right. The fact that there are jerks out there who don't. No, you are. You're an absolute jerk if you go to the game and you take more than one, or try to finagle a way to get more than 3, or go in at 4 different exits so you can get 4, or do whatever it is that you slimy people do to get a bunch of them. That's not the Padres' fault. The fact is the Padres give away 40,000. That means almost everybody comes to the game, unless you're late, is going to get a bobblehead, as opposed to the Rangers, where you better be there way before the game starts to even have a chance. So I think that
by design.
Okay, well, whatever. Then I don't agree with their design. I hate their design, and I like ours.
I don't disagree.
Is that fair?
With you. I think that's fair.
Although, I like our design. We give you a shot.
There's got to be a better way to get those people from reselling.
I can't help that. I can't help the fact that when you give something away for free, there's going to be idiot behavior out there. It's part of the deal. If you and I stand up, just like when this isn't idiot behavior, but when we give away the tickets to the game, I've had to alter the question asking process a few different times, because people, all they do is they Google it and they start calling 20 minutes before we give them. You know what happens?
Yeah, but I don't take those people.
I know you don't, but I'm saying that the fact that something is being given away free, that seems to bring out the worst behavior in a lot of people.
It kind of does. I mean, we see it here at the radio station. You get a little bit of free food. People are getting that free food. They're taking it away. They don't care if you get any of the free food. Free stuff does bring out the worst in people. You're absolutely right. And for some reason,
I think it does.
The free makes it so much more emotional.
All right. Anyway, that's the one thing. We're going to give away the tickets. The second thing is now I went on and on about that so long I forgot, honestly, what my other bit of note that I had to give. I had to give another note of something, but
Did you read what day the Trevor Hoffman bobblehead thing?
yeah, next Wednesday.
Okay, good.
July 8th, week from tomorrow.
Nice.
You want to hold it up again? There, 40,000 of these. Actually, maybe 39,999 because this is the other one. Okay. I am shocked that you're sticking up for the Rangers. Like you think it's good.
I think it's better to have a collector
really
item. I think it's better to have a collector item than to just give everyone one, because then,
oh my God, wow.
I think the goal of these giveaways is to have ticket sales in hand before the game even happens. They want people to see that the Jacob deGrom bobblehead's being given. I need to buy tickets today.
But if you can buy the tickets as early as you want, it doesn't mean you're going to get there early enough to get one.
Was there any sort of like members club that you could go?
Look, I don't know. I go to one Ranger game my lifetime. I don't know all the rules. I just know that by the time I got there, which was an hour before the first pitch, nobody was getting a bobblehead anymore. That's what I do know. I think it's weak.
I've been told on the chat I'm lame, so they're with you. They're with you. A couple news stories, Chris.
Go.
Shohei Ohtani is going to start Friday against the Padres.
Okay.
He's not going to start tomorrow against the Sacramento A's.
Okay.
Also, wait. Friday. Yeah. There was two things here. It said Thursday and Friday, but it definitely is Friday. Also, Serena Williams, Chris, after her defeat at Wimbledon, declined to attend the post-match press conference. Sounds like a little bit of a Rory McIlroy situation to me. You lose and then you don't go to the post-match presser?
There are a few things going on in tennis, one of which is the fact that the players in the sport are flat out protesting how little amount of money they make.
I know this.
We went through this already. Some of them have decided that by declining to go to the post-match press conference, they can make their point heard. I'm guessing that for Serena is doing it for reasons along that line. I don't think Serena
it makes her so great then.
Didn't say it did. Just trying to explain.
You don't have the same energy about her that you do Rory.
Serena Williams has done more for tennis than Rory
Well, that doesn't matter. So wait, she gets out of it now because she's done more for tennis?
Do we even have to compare Serena Williams's impact on never mind the sport of tennis? How about her impact on women? How about her impact on minorities?
But wait, I never said anything
Serena
about
Williams
her impact. She lost the match. She didn't show up to her post-match interview that everybody's supposed to do.
Can't compare her to Rory McIlroy. Never will, never can. Give me a Padre lineup before you and I go to blows.
You can't ever. You
spend your whole life trying to stick up for Rory McIlroy.
Yeah,
that's
because
sad.
you have a. Well, what's sad is you can't admit when someone's doing the same thing you don't like. I don't even have the lineup anymore.
Fernando Tatis will be at second base tonight. Samad Taylor will be in left field. Manny will be at third. Miguel Andujar DHs. I think he had 3 hits last night.
Did. You're right.
Hit the ball hard a fourth time. Ty France at first base. Jackson Merrill in center. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. Jace Bowen gets the call in right field tonight with the lefty on the mound. Freddie Fermin catching. No Jake Cronenworth tonight in the starting lineup. No Gavin Sheets tonight in the starting lineup. The product of a lefty being on the hill for the Cubs. Daily Gambit, Scraby, let's do that.
Okay. Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Cubs -1.5 against the Padres last night. Both of us went with the Cubs. Both of us were wrong because the Cubs only won.
Oh, we
by
did
one
go with
run.
the Cubs. I was thinking I won that one.
Yeah, we went with the Cubbies.
We went with the Cubs. We had no faith.
No faith
in Griffin Canning.
Over. Yeah, and we should have had a little faith, I guess. Over under 11.5 runs total in the game last night. We said over because the wind was like a hurricane wind blowing out. No one even got close to a home run. They only scored 5 total runs in the game, so we were wrong.
By the way, leave it to the Padres to face Shota Imanaga in a hurricane windstorm. Imanaga has given up more home runs than any pitcher in baseball the last 3 years.
That is true, yeah.
Combine that with the wind blowing out, and the Padres couldn't get one over the boards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
It's very Padres.
Padre-like, unfortunately.
It's very Padre-like. I was like, man, they are not going to hit a home run today. And they kept showing the wind. Who had more strikeouts, Griffin Canning or Shota Imanaga? You went Imanaga. I went Canning. Canning had 3, and Imanaga had 4. Was that right?
I didn't see.
Okay.
I didn't see. I'll take the win, though. So let's give it to me.
Okay, you have it. And the
Thank
last
you.
one, Netherlands -1.5 against Morocco. Now, I asked Chris, what's the official score in a game that ends in PKs?
Right.
And he said it's 1-1. So
It was. Yeah,
they
1-1 was the final, but either way, Morocco, with the goals, got the win. I didn't realize Morocco was actually the number 7 ranked team in the world, and Netherlands is number 8. So maybe
Netherlands was
Morocco
good.
should have been favored. I don't know why they made the Netherlands the favorite, but they did, and they lost.
That's
Simple
it
as that.
for the bets.
France just scored again, 2-0 over Sweden. France is looking like a real, well, they are supposed to win the tournament, and they're looking kind of like that right now. They're toying with the Swedes early in the second half. Norway beat Ivory Coast earlier, 2-1 today. Tonight, Mexico and Ecuador. Viva Mexico! Where is the match? It's got to be in Mexico City again.
Yeah, maybe.
They get all
I know
of
they
them?
have Monterrey and
Last
Guadalajara.
night, I'm saying last night the Netherlands-Morocco match was in Monterey. So I'm thinking this will be in Mexico City. Either way, Mexico favored by a half goal. Now, remember, if it ends tied and they go to the penalty kick thing, even if Mexico wins, you would lose the bet.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind here. When you pick, I'll pick Mexico anyway. I'm not going to root for Ecuador.
What do you got against Ecuador?
Well, I've never
been.
Yeah, me and my fraternity brothers have never driven across the border to Ecuador.
Didn't go to Revolucion Street in Ecuador.
we've never been driven over to, So,
Okay, I'll go Mexico as well.
I hope Mexico. Honestly, I'd like to see Mexico, USA, and Canada all keep advancing. Why not? Let all the Europeans, everybody thinks they're all the greatest.
That's true.
2.5 goals tonight, over under for the match. Both teams combined, 2.5 goals. Most of these elimination matches, I would say, have been under 2.5 so far. Whether that enters into your thinking, I don't know.
Are you going to go under then?
You're first.
Oh, I will go under.
You say it will not be 2.5 goals.
Correct. It's going to be like 2-0.
2-0, you say. All right, I'll say over. Mr. Sinner, we're in the Wimbledon here. Second round. Serena, by the way, returned to action with a 3-set loss today. I guess you just explained that she didn't talk to the media afterwards, and Scraby hates her now. Serena hater over there.
I'm not a Serena hater. I just like people to be treated the same.
Yeah, well, that's not. You'd like the world to be fair, and guess what?
It's not.
It's not.
But when you are Serena Williams, you probably should do the post-match interview. I'll drop it.
No, I would agree with you. I'm not pleased with that decision by Serena. It seems like.
But if she indeed is doing it for protests, then
if she's protesting, then I see
different.
At least why she's trying to do it. She's
yeah, me
protesting the salary. She's trying to get some extra money for
if there's
her
a
fellow
protest
players.
behind it, I'm okay with it.
But if she just said, I mean, come on, Serena. Like, everyone's there to see you. You need to, speak.
What was the girl's name who won?
wasn't
She was
readily
young, right?
available to me.
She was really young.
Yeah, she was an Australian gal, and
yeah.
she hadn't won like all year. Like she'd lost every match she'd played. Joint was her
that's
last
it.
name.
I knew it was some sort
Maya Joint. That's enough said. Yannick Sinner, 7.5 over Nuno Borges in the second round tomorrow morning. Sinner was taken to a surprising 5 sets to win his first match. People are starting to wonder if there's something wrong with Sinner. Remember, he was eliminated quickly at the French Open.
Yeah.
And they expect him to win Wimbledon because Alcaraz is still out with injury.
Yeah.
But Sinner's not been good yet. 7.5 games. Seems like Sinner would just mop the guy up. But
Didn't Sinner like get bloodied or something?
Yeah, he might have scraped his knee.
Oh, I saw a headline.
I'll say Borges plus a 7.5. I'm saying Sinner's in bad form.
Yeah, I can't get behind Sinner, so I'm gonna go Nuno.
We're both going Borges.
Yeah.
2 women's matches here. Coco Gauff in the second round plays Sierra. That's her last name. Meanwhile, our friend Naomi Osaka plays somebody named Gasanova in the second round. Really doesn't matter. The question is, which player will advance needing less games? So who basically will win easier? Goff or Osaka? Scraby.
Oh, man, this is tough because I know Osaka really loves her outfits.
Osaka came out in, what was it, Madam Butterfly? It was a crazy thing.
Well, I know she was a jellyfish months ago. I'm going to go with Coco Gauff.
Coco.
Yep.
I'll go Osaka in the outfits. Cubs and Padres, 11 runs tonight. Wind is blowing out again. Yeah, wind is blowing out again. Same thing does not happen again as last night. Over.
Under.
Really?
Yeah.
You say it does happen again. New York Liberty, 6.5 over the Las Vegas Aces. That doesn't sound right.
Oh, Asia Wilson's out.
I just thought she's got to be out. There's no way they would ever be 6.5.
I'm pretty sure she's out.
She is. She's out. Does that change your thinking?
Yes. I'm going to go with the Liberty.
Liberty, give the points. I'll tell you, Becky Hammond, the coach of the Aces, has turned into kind of a pistol. Now she's like getting in on everything. She's fighting everybody too. Like,
well, they come at her because
not physically fighting, but she's she's very opinionated.
You have strong opinions. You're going to get strong reactions.
Yeah, I'll take her opinions. I'll take the Aces. Brianna Stewart, more points tonight, or her teammate Sabrina Ionescu.
Chris's favorite.
I don't like her. Stewart giving 5.
-5. Wow.
To Ionescu. Ionescu was just outside of my 5 people I disliked the most list the other day. So I'll take Stewart.
Oh, she just came back. I'm going to go Stewart as well.
Stewart also. And by the way, if you're ever wondering, Chris, what do you not like about Sabrina Ionescu? What could she have done? I don't know. I would just direct you to the one video that I saw of her playing in pickup against, what was it, some 17-year-old kid. Did you ever see that video? Kid. Oh, my God. Did she look like a really horrible person?
She was mad because the kid was kind of playing well.
He was dominating her, and she didn't like it. And her reaction told me a lot about her, at least what I perceived. All right, there you go. Daily Gambit is in. And we'll take a quick break.
I have a topic for us on the other side. That's kind of a serious topic. But
okay.
Chris Johnson, former football player, diagnosed with ALS.
Boy,
and I learned a stat today about football players that stopped me in my tracks. So we should talk about it, Chris.
You got me.
Okay.
I'll be. You know what? Because you said that, I'll come back after the break.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not
Let's
mean for
explore
that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help. And there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So, goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm
5 and chance to win Padre tickets to next Wednesday's Padre Diamondback game, and you can get that.
the bobblehead.
Yeah.
Mr. Trevor
Here's
Hoffman.
the Hall of Fame stuff on this side, too. 2018 Hall of Fame.
Man, we went there in 2018.
I know. 601 career saves, Trevor. Not bad.
That is not bad at all. And for a team that, wasn't the greatest over his years.
Not always. He would have had 602 if it were not for one Anthony Gwynn Jr.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The killer game in 2007. I can't believe that was 19 years ago now when Matt Holliday didn't touch home plate.
Yeah, that is crazy.
All right, chance to win the tickets also coming up shortly. Scraby, though, has a little something on the, and this is such a sad story.
It is.
Oh God, my heart broke reading it yesterday. Chris Johnson, great running back, one of the fastest guys in football.
CJ2K,
right? 2,000 yards for the Titans. Also played for the Cardinals. Had a really good career, and I love his attitude. He's going to fight this thing to the end.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and Lou Gehrig had the darn thing. How many years ago was that? Lou Gehrig had it.
What, 50s maybe? 70 years ago?
I think even before then. I'm trying to remember exactly the year. Let me just see this.
That was his speech?
Yeah, Lou Gehrig's speech. I think it was earlier.
1939.
Yeah, okay, there you go. 1939.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 87 years ago.
Wow.
All right? Lou Gehrig had the disease, ALS, and now Chris Johnson has it, and no matter how hard he wants to fight and will, and I'm sure everything will be done, no one has found a way to lick this disease. All these years later.
It's like dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that. They really just don't have any idea how to.
I mean, this thing takes everything away from you. You can't speak.
Yeah.
You can't control your actions. It's
Yeah. So Chris Johnson, as Chris said, diagnosed with ALS. He was on Good Morning America, but the reason I want to talk about this is because I was one that played Pop Warner, played high school football, played all of the tackle football growing up. And I've always been a guy like, hey, football's fine if you do it in the right way. But I'm starting to maybe turn a little bit because this article came out and Chris Johnson announcing that he had ALS brought up a study that was done. And ALS is one of the specific conditions, along with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, early and moderate dementia, and certain cases of CTE after death, that the NFL knows is so bad they automatically qualify as retired players, for no questions asked compensation from the NFL. Basically, the NFL knows that they're suffering, and so they're getting no questions asked money on this. But here is where
I need more explanation.
Yes, okay, go for it.
I understand that the NFL has been linked without question now to the CTE.
Yes.
All right, I get it. All the knocks in the head, horrible. What's happened to these people?
Yes,
hit us. As close as it could anyone right here, right?
Yeah.
Junior Seau,
Of course.
and everything, anybody else who's been inflicted with this.
Yes.
NFL, to me, looked awful on this, tried to play it off as nothing. We all found out it's something, and, the NFL would love to sweep it under the rug, but we're pretty much kind of aware now. but I didn't know the rest of this. Now you're telling me that the NFL is linked to playing in the NFL is now a study showing the link to all of this other stuff?
Well, the study is about ALS, but there are players that have higher rates of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, moderate.
What do you mean higher rates? So if you
Okay, so like just the normal public, NFL players are more likely to have these things happen to them than the normal public.
All right.
And here's where I wanted to go. In 2021, a study of all 19,423 NFL athletes who debuted between 1960 and 2019, it resulted in a finding that the risks of developing ALS were nearly 4 times higher than those of the general population. So they're saying there's a link between ALS and the NFL, and the NFL is trying to do this whole thing where they're distancing themselves
All right,
again.
can I just I'm not defending the NFL.
I get it.
And I just wanted to be clear. But is there any study along with that study that can link the two? That can say because you're playing National Football League, that somehow makes you more akin to get ALS. I don't need a study to tell me that playing in the National Football League links you to CETE. I can see the hits that your head is taking week after week after week. But honestly, my first thought when you say all this is, how can you claim that ALS is more prevalent because you play in the NFL? Maybe it just so happens that the 19,000 people they surveyed
just
are more
predisposed to it or something.
I don't know. Maybe
it's a fair question. I think you're probably right. That's why there is no sort of like process involved here, because the NFL doesn't have that link. But they go on in the article say that 90% of all ALS cases are sporadic and pretty random as well. So that's why they can't link it.
Yes.
Tom Brady was asked about this. He said he doesn't really want to talk about this stuff. I'm sorry, Tom. You have to talk about this stuff. You're one of the voices that people are going to listen to. Oh, well, but wait, you're an owner.
No, but what would you like him to say?
I want him to say, maybe we should look into the links between ALS and head injuries. Maybe we should, instead of, I don't really like to talk about this stuff.
I'm not going to disagree with you to make it sound like I'm disagreeing with you, because I'm not. I just don't know. No, I just don't know. The CTE thing makes perfect sense. ALS, I don't get how that can be linked to being an NFL player.
I think what they're thinking,
and what should be said, okay, to everybody out there, understand that you could get ALS, CTE, bad back. I mean, the list goes on, 1,000 things now that they can link to being an NFL football player. So should Tom Brady come out and say, hey, I don't want you to all play football? Where are we going here?
I didn't think that one through. I was just when I first saw the Tom Brady thing, I was like, yeah, it's easy for you to say that now, Tom. It's easy for you to not care about head injuries anymore, and that's not what he said. I understand that.
I didn't say that.
I understand that, but I also am starting to think for the first time in my life, maybe football is just not good for the humans, for the human body.
Okay, I don't need study to tell me that it's going to hurt the human body. I watch the games. They go in train wrecks all day, 3 hours a day, once a week for 17 weeks. Guaranteed that there are risks involved in that later on in life.
Absolutely.
And maybe ALS is there as well. I just would need somebody to explain it to me.
Yeah, you're right.
How that works.
The link between the two is not direct at all. It just, they're saying that you're 4 times more likely to develop ALS.
Okay.
So,
all right, here, I'm going to give you a number. I'm going to give you a couple of trivia questions around that number. Follow along. I made it a lot easier than it's been in the past, but it's similar so that you can't just hopefully Google the answer and call in. I want you to have to work a little for these Padre tickets. 833-288-0973. Don't start dialing until after the question's over. Scraby's going to hang up on all of you who do.
That's my favorite thing.
Start with the number of home runs hit by Fernando Tatis Jr. this year so far.
That should be easy.
Everybody should know that. This is tougher. Multiply it by the number of African nation teams that made it to the knockout stage in the World Cup.
You lost me.
You're going to have to tell me how many African nation teams made it to the knockout stage. Remember, 32 countries made it. How many of those teams are from Africa? Okay, so you need to know that. Times it by the number of home runs that Fernando's hit. You now have a brand new number. Take that number and subtract the number of games that the Padres are behind the Dodgers in the National League West standings. So you got to know a few things. You got to know the number of home runs Fernando's hit. Multiply it by the number of African nations in the World Cup elimination stage, and then subtract the number of games the Padres trail the Dodgers. That'll give you one final number. If you get the right number, call in 833-288-0973. You'll go to the Padre Diamondback game. We'll have the Big Five next.
From the first pitch of the year to the biggest games.
About soccer. I think I've proven that. I know enough to tell you this, though. France is really good. I mean, they are toying with Sweden here, 3-0, and they could have scored like 5 more goals, including one of those incredible bicycle attempt shots I've ever seen.
That was great.
It really was. In the first half, by, was it Olike or he didn't score it. He hit the goal. Yeah, he hit the goalpost. You'll see the highlights of this, though. It is incredible, the attempt he made. Mbappe has 2 goals. Anyway, they're rolling. Tonight, Mexico plays Ecuador. Luke won the tickets to the Padres. It took a minute to get a winner today, but it was 3 Fernando Tatis home runs times 9 African nations qualifying for the knockout. Of course, that gets you to 27, and then the Padres are 11 games back of the Dodgers. Yeeks. So the winning number was 16 today. Luke got that. Good for him. And Scraby and I now head into today's Big Five.
The show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com.
Number 5.
All right, Chris, right now, heading into today, I feel like my mic is super low today. I don't know why.
Speak up, then.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. I can project a little bit better. There are only 5 of 15 teams in the American League right now, currently over 500, and we are past the halfway mark. That's pretty shocking, I would think, that 10 teams are under 500. My question to you, Chris, is the AL that much worse?
Well,
and the reason I ask is because the AL has some good teams.
Yeah, I don't know if they're that much worse. I will tell you that I can look at this right here and see that the NL is plus 40 in interleague games. So
Okay.
214 to 174. So, yeah, it's NL dominating. They're all going to have better records. But I've seen all this stuff before, right? It can go the other way. And you see it in the NFL a lot, right? Was it last year the whole NFC South got into the
7-9,
right? But then what happened? Carolina came within a whisker of beating the Rams in that first game. Now the Rams won, but it wasn't easy.
It was close,
right? So, Dodgers, Toronto, World Series, 7 games, 9th inning. You know what I mean? So I think you got to be careful. It looks like on paper, the National League has better teams, more of them. But I think just to unilaterally say the NL's way better, I don't know that that's really true.
You know what I think is going to solve everything or tell us who's better? All-Star game, Chris. If the NL beats the AL, then that's going to settle it.
Settle it.
I will say though that it is strange how many bad
look,
teams are in the AL.
Hey, look, it settled last year. Remember, the NL won the All-Star game.
They won the
when
swing-off.
Schwarber hit the home runs and the swing off. So yeah, the NL was clearly better.
If they don't have a swing off, if they need it, I will never watch an All-Star game again.
By the way, I know we complain here in San Diego, as we probably should from time to time, on certain players that have gotten away in trades or whatever. But have the Padres ever been as dumb as the Cubs?
Who did they let get away?
They didn't even tender an offer to Kyle Schwarber at the end of his tenure there. They didn't even want him.
That's crazy.
At least the Padres traded James Woods. Traded this guy or the other guy.
They just did. They just straight up said goodbye.
Right. The Cubs have said, yeah, Schwarber,
he's all right, I guess.
We don't need him. I mean, the Cubs fans should be mad forever.
I think some of them are.
Yeah.
Number 4.
MLB.com put out their midway MVP winners in the American League. Yordan Alvarez is winning, and then you have Nick Kurtz and Bobby Witt Jr. In the NL, it's Shohei Ohtani, PCA, then Kyle Schwarber. I'm up first. The season ends today. Who are your MVPs? Has to be Yordan Alvarez for the AL. The NL, though, I would like to say it's Schwarber, because he's got like 30 home runs. He's by far and away the leader. If he gets to the 35-40 mark by the All-Star break, Chris, he could be my midway MVP. But obviously Shohei's doing pretty good too, and he's almost hitting 300 now. His OPS is near 1,000. So I think Shohei's the right answer. What do you think?
I hate to say it when when you're right thing. The problem is, I mean, when do we get to the point, and maybe we just don't, but when do we get to the point where we just say, you know what? Okay, Shohei pitches, but how much weight are we going to put in that forever and ever? Because if that's the case, it's going to be the same thing every year. He's going to pitch every year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But God. And he's only second in the National League in OPS. There's only one guy ahead of him in OPS in the whole National League.
Is it Juan Soto?
Yes, I'm not giving it to him. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ohtani's got to get it, and he's not even having a good year for him at all.
He's on
pace for 35 home runs and 12 steals. That's a far cry from 50-50.
That is. Far cry. Sure.
But I don't have anybody else. I'll tell you what, Bryce Harper might get more consideration than Schwarber with the kind of all-around year he's having.
Yeah, he's all about the homers, and that's it.
So, but I love Schwarber. Chicks dig the long ball, So, Ohtani's the winner. Alvarez, I think, is a runaway in the American League for sure.
Number 3.
Honestly, the fact that Bobby Witt Jr. is on that list tells you how bad the AL is.
Well, I mean, the Royals are like the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they're really bad.
That's like telling me Hunter Goodman ought to be in the running in the National League. I mean, sure, he's got some home runs, but I mean, his team never wins a game.
Serious story. The Detroit Lions yesterday, quietly, I guess, I didn't see this until this morning, but they have released Terrion Arnold after he was arrested last week on felony charges of armed robbery and kidnapping. Arnold had his bond set at $1 million by a Hillsborough County judge. The judge also added the following conditions. He's not allowed contact with the 6 co-defendants or the witnesses in the case. He must surrender his passport within 48 hours, and he was ordered confined to his residence in Tallahassee, Florida, except when he would be playing, training, or traveling with the Lions. It doesn't matter anymore because he is no longer with the team. The state wanted him to wear a GPS tracking device, but his attorneys argue he wouldn't be able to play football with it. So they said, okay, cool.
Well, now they can put the device on.
The judge, if you want to know, he said, although the charges are serious, the reason that he gave him bond was 4 counts each of kidnapping and armed robbery is very serious. Prosecutors, though, are, quote, not there yet in showing a strong case for Arnold's guilt. All of that to be said is, do you agree that the Lions should have released him?
I want to see what the Lions say along with releasing him. And I haven't seen anything from them. And I'm reading through everything here. I don't have the Detroit paper in front of me.
The Detroit Gazette?
Yeah. But on the surface, I have no problem with this. even if he's not guilty, and he's going to have to go a long way to show me that he had nothing to do with this, because they're pretty sure they got him if they're putting $1 million bond on his head.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just being caught up in something like this, I don't want you on my squad. I can do better. I can find other guys that can play your position that are not involved in this. I know there might be some people who say, well, they shouldn't leave him, when he's really in need.
Kick him when he's down.
But also people are going to say, are they within their right to waive him? I wish that we got back to the old story, which is playing football in the NFL is not a right. It's a privilege. And if you violate that kind of thing, I think that you're well within your right to get rid of him. So, I must say yes.
I agree. I think the Lions know a lot more than we do, obviously. And I thought this was to be the case, but I wanted to make sure. The Lions haven't really said anything. They just said they're aware of the legal allegations against him, but they're going to go ahead and release him anyway.
When I hear armed robbery and kidnapping, I'm like, go play on another team.
I know don't
that's
disagree.
mean.
I don't even think that he should be playing on another team, because who's the team that's going to be picking him
I'm
up?
not telling. I'm just saying you're not playing on my team.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Before we move on, his lawyer, his defense attorney, said about the GPS band on his ankle, they didn't want him to interfere with his ability to make a living, and don't worry, because he will have a quote paparazzi monitor everywhere he goes, so no one's going to miss where he's going. Defense attorneys, they have an important job, but I appreciate the spin.
By the way,
you got
to give them an A for effort. We got to get 3 more in a minute, so I don't think we're going to do it.
Are we only on number 4? No, we're on number 2.
Okay.
We're on number 2.
Number 2.
We're going until 58 or 59, Chris.
I'm sorry. Okay, good. We have a minute then.
After Team USA's June 19th round of 32 clinch, tickets for the game tomorrow exceeded $3,000 through the weekend, according to a website called Ticket Data. With the match just a day away, prices are crashing over 50%. SF Gate found Monday resale tickets under $1,400 on FIFA's Marketplace, StubHub, and SeatGeek, some as low as $1,100.
Oh, well, they're giving them away.
When you're paying $3,000 for it, Front Office Sports noted Ticket Data shows prices dropping nearly 40% across all 16 opening knockout round matches. Now, the people who bought their tickets early are kind of mad because they're being punished for buying their tickets earlier by paying so much early. Right, Chris, I guess I'm up first.
Okay.
Should you be punished for buying tickets early? No.
Better back this up.
I don't have a
good
solution.
reason? No.
I don't other than no, you shouldn't be punished. But how are you go if you really want to go and you want to secure tickets, you're gonna have to pay more. That's just how it's gonna be. Unless you want to just go and live life dangerously and try to buy tickets the day before. I don't know. What do you think, Chris? But I don't think that you should be punished for buying early tickets.
It's a hard one, but I believe it's kind of like buyer. First of all, we went over all the prices at the beginning of this whole tournament. They're ridiculous. They're absurd. They're insane. But there's enough people out there that are willing to buy them. I mean, remember I told you I talked to that young lady in Dallas who was from Canada, but was an Argentina fan. So her whole trip to Dallas plus, what was it? Did I say 1,400 for tickets? Plus more tickets to the knockout round back in Toronto. So there's people that are doing it. I don't, that's their business. But I also believe if you buy tickets early, you're sure that you have them. Now you don't know, the prices may go up after you buy your tickets.
That is true.
Right? So if they become even in more demand, you could get a deal. It's just one of those kind of things. You hope your timing's good. I think it's buyer beware. I don't think you can sit there and go, well, I'm going to wait.
Some people think that FIFA did this on purpose.
Well, look, I
wouldn't.
If you want me to say something about FIFA, you're going to be waiting a long time. I'm not. I'm unlikely to say much nice about those slime ball, people who gouge money from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you want to go to the World Cup, it's kind of a maybe the timing didn't work. But the next round you might buy your tickets early, and then. The demand may go up, and then you got a deal.
Yep.
Because you got them early.
That's true.
So
I don't know what the answer is.
I know
I just
that I
won't put
couldn't
myself
pay.
in the position to pay for it.
I just think $3,000 to go see the match tomorrow. I mean, I want to see it. I'd love to be there. The excitement of it all. Miami on fire, but man, $3,000. Pay your rent, will you? Don't get in debt. Don't get in debt so that I have to bail you out down the road.
What if they are paying their rent?
Well, you know what I mean.
So I don't have time
Too
to
many
play
of
the
them
video.
aren't. That's why, Scrabe.
I don't have time to play the video, but apparently yesterday the umpires in the Red Sox and Nationals game, they ended up tossing Wilson Contreras for something that I think is lame.
Okay.
So he check swing. They rung him up on a check swing. It didn't look like he went. Now, Wilson Contreras is kind of a hothead. Not even kind of. He is a hothead.
I got a quick note. The
Yes.
USA match is in Santa Clara tomorrow. Don't
Yes,
know
it
where
is.
I saw Miami.
Oh.
Threw that in accidentally.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Wilson Contreras is a hothead. He usually would get fired up over this. He actually didn't. And he walked back to the dugout and he just tapped his helmet like, hey.
I saw it.
And the umpire looks at him and goes, you. And he taps his helmet, out.
Right.
And everybody was like, this is the lamest thing ever.
Okay.
So, did he deserve to be ejected?
A little bit on merit, he did. Like, Wilson Contreras has kind of set the table for
Yes.
himself. And he's just kind of one of those guys I think the umpires are on high alert for.
I agree.
But that's not their fault. That's his fault.
Yeah.
You know, so when he taps his helmet, the umpire says, look, you're showing me up. I'm going to kick you out of the game.
Yeah.
If, somebody else does it, maybe the ump says, hey, I don't like it, but, don't do that again.
Yeah, you got to give him a warning.
Well, you don't have to. That's the bottom line. You don't have to give a warning before you kick somebody out of a game.
Out of
And I think
all the
Wilson.
things.
So I'm going to stick up for the umpire this time
Okay.
because I'm going to say that Wilson Contreras has kind of put himself in this situation a little bit.
I don't disagree with you, but out of all the things Wilson Contreras does, this is the least angry thing I've ever seen him do.
I don't disagree, but he's already he's on high alert, man.
I get it.
Your antennas are up with this guy.
He started a fight the other day.
Right, and if he taps his helmet and you let him go, maybe he does something worse.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you're watching for it.
That's true. That's true.
I got a quick update on a story we've done a lot on this week. Apparently, we told you all the mess with Phil Mickelson, and it's really ugly and bad, I think.
Yeah, it is.
According to this story, MSN, Amy Mickelson showing support for her husband amid all of the multiple troubling accusations. Being booted from all the golf clubs, the claims by
all
Pat
of it.
Perez's wife, and all of this. So, for what that's worth, throw it out there.
All right.
Yeah, just let it go.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, let everybody kind of figure it out from there. Sam Levitt! Whoa! Padre pregame.
Doctor!
Coming up. Stick around.